35,000 subscribers. That's a lot of people. Imagine that's like a whole arena of people. That's a lot of people. I personally only came to the stream for Patrick. How many of you guys came to the stream for Patrick? If you came to the stream for Patrick, press F to pay respects. We're gonna give Patrick a merch shirt that says press F to pay respects. Ricardo, thanks, man. Divine Words, what's up, man? How's your morning? Good morning, good Sunday morning. Patrick, how's your Sunday morning?
It's very Sunday like.
Nate, dude, what's up, man? I'm gonna hit the gym a little later if you wanna go. Fixed protocol, what's up, Notification Squad? Justin, how's it going, man?
Oh, how's it going, everyone?
Lewis. It's crazy. I think like 2 weeks ago I was at like 30. You're in. All right. I'll message you on Facebook. Or 12. Okay. Who's here and where are you from? I don't know how many people we got. 8 people, but I'll take it. Good job. Daniel Bratwurst. Thanks, man. Kai, what's up, man? How you doing? How's that new job life? Robert K. How's it going, man? Lewis. It is. Right here. You're not wrong. You excited for school tomorrow, Pat?
We're off tomorrow, actually.
Wait, what? Oh, Veterans Day, right?
Yep.
It's yucky. I know, Pat knows all about it.
I feel that, Christine. It's so disgusting outside.
Did a code challenge Friday for an interview for front end, waiting to hear back, so anxious. Dude, it's the weekend. Why you don't be anxious. 35K, hot dog. Only 5-minute crafts away from 1 mil. Zach Jackson knows. Same stack as I. Oh, just doing ASP.NET. Working on SQL tools. That's cool. Dev is dev.
Joshua Fluke is the worst YouTube channel on you.
That's how you get.
That's how you hit 100K.
Let's just rinse, repeat the Jarvis. Let's find something like 5-minute crafts or life hacks in 5 minutes. Pat is in Southern California. San Jose.
No,
right?
I'm that's not southern, that's northern.
All right.
Well, like middle. I don't know. We're considered NorCal.
2K to 35 is insane. I don't think I was just being honest with Pat before we started streaming. I was like, I don't particularly think that I make anything super amazing, but I'm consistent.
He's just too humble. I'm not in Utah. Josh is in Utah.
Yeah. If Pat was in Utah, we would be doing not Discord videos.
Would be like live.
Yeah. Do I think remote jobs will be more common? Yeah, well, it makes sense. Once people can get over this, I don't know, being scared of having to micromanage employees, then you're saving like 10K a month on rent. Starting first dev job on Tuesday? That's awesome, man. Congratulations. What is it?
Celebrating 35K subs. That's
I don't know if we're celebrating. I just figured we'd live stream, and then I looked and I was like, 35, cool. I should change this.
I'm celebrating at the very least.
Patrick, it wasn't for you. Oh man, I was doing like 4 vids a day. Yesterday I did 1 vid, no live stream. Today I'm doing a live stream, and I got React interview questions video I'm doing. Because, as we all know, I am the professional at answering lifecycle questions.
That's like the recurring meme on this channel.
I just keep pushing forward, you know? Eventually I'll hit something, I'll make something. Like I'm thinking about doing like a YouTube tour. It sounds super cheesy if I say it like that. I can't think of a good name yet, but like I go visit this dude over there and maybe Coding Phase in Connecticut. Maybe go visit some of the other people in Discord. Just go visit the people
Just show up though, but like don't give them any notice.
Yeah, I just show up, and then I'm gonna go collab with Jarvis. He just doesn't know it yet. Just show up to the Patreon doors. I watch PewDiePie. Occasionally. Where's the top 5 languages for 2019? Go watch Chris Sean's video. He made a video that was, what do you need to know to be a web dev in 2019? He got to it before me. Yeah, I don't know. Top 5 languages. Literally, you know what I'm going to do to make that video is I'm going to pull up Google Trends. I'm going to be like, this is what Google Trends says the top 5 are. So this is the video.
She's in the background doing her thing, hunting in Norway.
Catfish. Have any of you programmed mathematics? My CTO had a mathematics degree. My first dev job.
When I was in college, I actually programmed in C++ a thing for my math class so I could get the answer and check my mathematical problems.
I just had this idea. Or what if I like go to some code companies here and I ask if I could just like volunteer for a while? You don't have to pay me. We can skip the interview. Just let me volunteer and help you guys out. I wonder how that series would do. I still want to collab. It's just a meme. Christine, it's just a meme. It's just like because he works at Patreon, right? So I could literally sit outside the doors of Patreon with my camera and be like, "What's up, guys? It's Josh and Jarvis here." And he's like, "Who the fuck?"
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm just doing my own thing. It's all good. I think it'd be cool to go visit people, though. Go visit you guys. I don't know if I held a meetup in Utah if anyone would come. And that I would feel very self-righteous. Josh is hosting a meetup. Come meet and greet. Like, what?
Here's what you do,
I'm in
Josh.
the audience.
You host a meetup, and then you like eliminate all the females who don't fit your type. Like that one woman.
You talking about Tinder date?
Yeah, that Tinder date thing. God, that's the best.
No Super Saiyan filter? We're on Discord, so I can't actually do the filters on Discord. Do I have any dream job? I am living the dream job. I would like to do some Red Bull stuff. I think it'd be really cool to make like action videos. Like B-roll. I like making B-roll. I like making special effects. I think it'd be cool if I could come onto like a Marvel set and just be an intern and see how they're doing visual effects. Just to help out for free, right? Because like... What? Press
Hi,
F.
Mom.
Press F for Captain Thompson.
For Mama Thompson. Press F.
It's Captain Thompson.
Oh, it's a meme from Call of Duty. It's a meme from Call of Duty.
Sorry, you don't have to explain it, Patrick.
She's asking. She thinks it's derogatory. Oh no.
She's the real MVP of the stream. Oh, but for real, like, it's cool that she lets you stay there and do Lambda school, because we wouldn't have these videos otherwise.
Yeah, that too.
Sunday coffee and code, not coffee and cars. I don't know, but I don't drink coffee really. We could do Sunday hot chocolate.
People are like, yo, your mom is lit, bro.
I like how she knows what that means, but not press after they respect.
Yeah, I know. It's hilarious. Josh is like, I love how she knows what that means, but not what pay respect means.
Confirmed. If I want to do an MIC meetup, you can make that happen.
That's right, Zach. Press F for moms everywhere. They're the real MVPs.
Sponsor YouTube channels, NYC meetup. Yeah, that'd be cool. I don't know who'd come. Jarvis and all of them are too far. Yeah, I mean, a collab could happen when the time comes. I mean, they're just in San Fran, right? It's just like a $50 plane ticket away. It's not big. You're from Finland? Yeah, dude. Let me see my degree. I got you.
How do you even say that name?
This is Tutkin Toristus, and this says Sima University of Applied Sciences. So this just means degree certificate all in one word, because that's what Finnish people do. They just combine words together. They have really long words.
Are they the ones who have like that mountain that's really hard to pronounce? Really
No.
long name?
No. That's probably like Iceland.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyone in Austin? No. When is resume reviews coming? Are you missing out the resume reviews? I've been making resume reviews, but the last few times I made them, they weren't. I don't know. I think it was my thumbnail. I'm trying to make it more creative.
Bassam, the closest thing my mom's done to programming is when she was learning Cisco network. She was getting a network certificate from Cisco. Or she got it. She still has it, but because the housing market bombed in 2008, she never ended up getting a job with it.
I got a notebook and everything. Yeah, it was all for free. How do you learn JavaScript? It wasn't, how hard was it? Dude, it's still hard. It's always hard. If I ever get to the point where I'm like, it's easy, I'm probably missing something. Or not doing it the right way. Will Muscle Loot make a return?
Where is that muscle loot?
Will Muscle Loot make a return? Alright, let me put on my financial glasses here for a second. Put on my visor and get my little cash register out. This is what happens. When you sell retail products in Utah, things get really complicated. You have to file quarterly taxes. You also have to start charging sales tax. And you have to think about delivery, right? So shipping to outside the US and inside the US. And then on top of that, because people have to pick like a size of shirt they want or something like that before the box ships, how like you have to run inventory for that too. Now you're managing inventory. So it's like, yeah.
No, Bassam, I don't pay the rent. My mom does for now, which is nice of her.
That's why your first paycheck going to your mom.
Exactly. One of the things that we have an agreement on is when I get my first job, I'll be helping with rent so she can save up so we can get out of San Jose.
You're too lazy to learn Node. What should you do? It sounds like a personal issue. Do startups typically pay less? Yeah, I mean, they don't have a whole lot of money, so they try to fix that with flexibility and have cool offices like, oh, let's have a Nerf gun competition, or we have free food, or whatever, right? But like, that doesn't take away from the fact that it's a startup and you're still most likely going to be working like 16-hour days because it's a startup. But, you know, you get to wear a lot of different hats. You get to be under pressure from investors. You get to learn what that's all like. So if you ever want to go do your own, some experience. Chris, what's up, man?
My hope is to move up into the Oregon area, Oregon or Washington area. Beautiful landscape, beautiful houses, beautiful views.
Chris, are you at home? We can ring Chris into the call. You ever heard about High Ticket Closer? Is that from like Dan Locke? Sounds good. I really want to start making some entrepreneurship videos, like how to make side cash, talk about r/beer money for people outside the US, spend a couple minutes a day. It's all about consistency in that realm where you can make like an extra 20 bucks a week or something. All that stuff.
Hey everybody, don't forget to hit that like button if you're enjoying the live stream.
Patrick is the real MVP. I forget to say that. Take a look at your mail.
There's always been a like button on YouTube. But it was like, there's a like button?
Sounds good, Brian. Maybe elaborate a little bit on the idea.
I've never worked as a developer before, Bassam. That's the goal, though.
You're working as a Java dev, you don't do much. Currently in the interview process with a startup for a front-end position. You're only 20, so fine with less money. That's fine. Sounds good.
The one thing I've heard is that when you work as a dev, you really barely actually ever code. Mostly paperwork and
A lot of
stand-ups.
meetings. A lot of meetings. A lot of, I don't know. Maybe you get 4 or 5 hours. Maybe 4 or 5 hours of coding solid. Depends on the job. You want in high ticket closer? That sounds like sales gig, right? Or no?
Sounds like one of those groups that gives you like trading secrets and it's actually like illegal.
How to do sales. You can just read books on how to do sales, but you know what really does get you better at sales is selling stuff. Sales reveals all truth, reveals how much gumption you have to handle the ability to get rejected and move on to the next customer. It's like selling stuff is almost like getting a job. You don't need all your customers to say yes. You'd be happy with like 3% yes, which is like really, once you realize that's like the ratio of yes to no in sales, and that's like a good ratio. Actually 10% would be like amazing, but thinking just going and knowing that 90% of the time people don't want what you're selling.
Sometimes people are just naturally born as a good seller too, so
Some people are just really good at being direct and like good at being like, witty.
Yeah, and playing on people's emotions stuff. They're good people.
You gotta know
Know
sales.
how to do that.
You have to. What is it? High ticket closer? You still have to have something high ticket to sell and close.
How much of programming do I know? I mean, that's almost like its own question.
Make 5 figures a month.
I know JavaScript. I mean, I guess, yeah, can you really consider HTML and CSS programming? But I know a little bit of Python. I know C++ fairly well.
7-week live mentorship. I know he sells his time for like $12,000 an hour, so maybe I should go do car sales for a week and document my life. Do I use that Evolve skateboard? Yeah, I do. It's goes up and down. Like sometimes it's all right.
Yeah, Zach's kind of true. If they don't tell you exactly what the product's about, but they're more concerned about getting you involved in it, it's typically a pyramid scheme. Even if they say, oh, it's not a pyramid scheme.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, if you have to get people, I don't know. I want to know, like, you can be the best closer, but like, I don't know, you still have to have something to sell. That's not
chances are, if you're really good at closing a deal, you're probably doing well by yourself anyway, so.
Just read his book. Read The Straight Line Selling by Jordan Belfort. Hey, thanks, Fix. Appreciate that. You know, Engineer Truth sells a lot. Engineer Truth sells everything a lot. What doesn't he sell? Every video is something to sell. It's funny, he went to Dev Mountain and they paid him to go, or they let him go for free, and they told him, look, just document your journey on YouTube. And he got a whole bunch of job offers at the end, and he's like, nope, I like doing YouTube more. Next thing you know, he's not talking about code anymore.
I can imagine what that dude makes a month.
He has a lot of investments, and then he does a lot of high ticket referrals. I remember one time he was talking about real estate investments, and it was like a real estate investment trust, which is where you can like buy a piece of real estate, and he was selling like an affiliate, like referring people, right? Because he's making more money from referring people there than he is from YouTube, and then he puts that money back into something. How long do you meditate? I skipped it this morning. I'll probably go to the gym, come back and do it. Usually 20 minutes, 10-20 minutes. What do I think about Elon Musk? He's pretty awesome.
I laugh every time I see that meme of him smoking a blunt.
You see the graffiti of it? on the wall.
It's so funny. I love it.
How long do you think it will take to learn JavaScript enough to land a job? Okay, so that's the thing, right?
Depends on you.
You need more than just... Brian, those kind of exist. There's a lot of APIs, I imagine.
I mean, Bassam, we almost live on the other side of the world from you. Kind of understandable.
How do you see WordPress development? Are you talking about like WordPress for freelancing or WordPress for like actually making PHP themes with it? I don't know.
MC Master, I guess I'm kind of near it, but I'm not like close enough to warrant like, you know, being scared or anything. But the Cali fires here are pretty bad. The smoke here is so bad. They're saying that it's worse than in like Beijing for air quality.
Derek says that you're a 10 out of 10 stand-up guy, and congrats on 35K. Thanks, Derek, and congrats, Patch, for being 10 out of 10.
Oh, thanks, Derek. I appreciate that, man.
Do we really need prototypes when we have classes? Classes are new to like ES5, ES6. One of those prototypes was all you had before then. Probably now you can get away with just classes. Is a startup or big company better to learn lots of new things? Startup. Android's gonna have you, or like larger companies are gonna have you doing exactly, you know, being on some team probably. I don't know, it depends. I'd take startup because I want to learn lots of different things. I want to be well-rounded. You go to a corporate, you're gonna be doing one thing all day because they have a whole different paid section.
Igor, are you in Lambda? I think I've seen you before.
When did I start to code? I was 20 something. 25.
Never mind. Different guy.
WordPress for freelance when you want to hustle. Yeah, WordPress for freelance is always going to be there because it does the heavy lifting of the backend for you. You can create logins, you can create users. It's got unlimited plugins. Be it some of those plugins cost a pretty penny, but startups will have you broke. It depends. Depends on if you do your research before you work at the startup. See who's invested. Look at the history of those investors and their investments.
I would also make sure you don't make any big financial decisions if you're working at a startup.
Yeah, probably like...
just save.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only said that to Igor because we have another guy at Lambda named Igor who just got a job. And so I was just like, oh. I saw the name and I was like, oh, I thought you were the same guy.
So we're selling front-end themes on stock market sites. The problem with that is that they take 50%, like you said. What you should be doing is building a brand as a freelancer, making great themes, and then sell on your own website. And then don't get 50% taken. Those sites are great, but there's a lot of competition. Number one, no one knows who you are. Number two, there's a bunch of other people there. So it's just really, you look so serious. It's pretty early.
Yeah, I haven't had my morning coffee, as so to say. But Bassam, to answer your question, the difference between the two is there's none. It's actually pretty much the same thing. A good application comes from good code practice. You might not think that it's like something you should worry about, but good code practices are probably the number one thing you can do to stand out and look better. And
keep it going. I'm gonna hit those 5 push-ups that protocol hit. Hold on. We got 5.
But yeah, I would focus on good code practices because there's nothing more annoying. And I mean, you will eventually have to go back to your code base and refactor stuff to just fix things, but that gets, diminished if you're following good code practices, right? And then when you start to get into like testing, if you're doing things like Jest and stuff, then you learn the gotchas and things you should be looking out for.
Who's the other guy? What is it? So I am actually a I just teach code.
I was like, wait a minute. You have to be able to explain your ideas well, Molly. That's probably the number one thing they want. And that's why they give technical assessments, because they want to see how you step through things and if you can explain yourself well.
There's another question. The sub sound is louder. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to fix that. Sorry.
Technically, React is MVC if you have Redux put in with it, but no. Zach's right. It's just the V part usually. The view model.
Yeah, you could get the controller and the model with Redux, but it's still not the same. It's still not back end. It's still all global state on the front. All right, I adjusted the sub theme. What do you guys want to see for videos, by the way? If you guys got any ideas for videos, let me know. I'm always taking down notes. I made a post.
MVCs. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Josh.
I made a post earlier that was like, drop some ideas, and then I'll give you, I'll shout you out before I do the vid.
MVC is just a way to define how our data is being handled. Essentially, if you're going to boil it down to its primary core.
Model grabs the data from the database, shoots that over to the controller. The controller decides where that information goes, like usernames, passwords, emails, addresses, and then it shoots that to the view, and the view displays what you see now.
Exactly.
You did not break 90 with those push-ups? Do a day in the life. I
think we were talking about that, weren't we?
Hardware and software setup. So I'm gonna be getting a desk. Someone emailed me and they wanted to send me a desk, and so I was like, all right, let's do it. But I don't actually know if that desk is coming. Great energy level, Gary. Thanks. Sometimes I feel like it goes up and down, but I don't know. I'm not Jacksepticeye guy. We could try it. Day in the life of a hustler, 2019. You want to see a day in the life of like someone that stays at home and makes YouTube videos? Sure.
Day in the life of an entrepreneur hustler, 2019.
It's really
100K subs instantly.
Sounds exciting, but it's like I do the same thing almost every day.
According to Social Blade, though, Josh, you will hit, if you're following the same trend you are now, you'll hit 100K by February.
I can handle that. I'll be all right with that. Remember when me and my friend were just memeing? I had like 2,000, he had like 4,000, and getting like 10 subs a day was just really competitive. I don't know. All-encompassing, like breaking down fundamentals. You want me to like reverse engineer React for you? Oh, all right, sure. You're gonna get a lot of downvotes and upvotes on those videos because everyone thinks that they're the, thoughts on your jack of all languages, master of none. I think you should be language agnostic and learn whatever the job wants you to learn, or learn whatever works. That's my opinion. Do I have any experience with living in Berlin as a programmer? It's the most specific request ever.
Hey Josh, if it's in the middle of July and you have a hole in your shirt and the heat is above 80 degrees Fahrenheit, should I use React?
I know. My stack is the best stack. Kyle knows.
Yeah. I just love when I post something about it in Slack and everyone jumps down my throat about it. I'm like, okay, guys. I'm here to argue.
If I do a dev environment setup, Kyle, you're gonna get a whole bunch of opinions there about, well, you could just use this and this does like 9 other things besides this one. Okay, bro.
You don't use DOS for your IDE? What's wrong with you? Vim is ultimate.
I have to see the comments now. Oh, he obviously doesn't know what he's doing. Windows.
I mean, you get that already.
I know. I know.
My stack is thick with 2 C's. Sup, Chris?
You think the best way we go for a master's in ME with an emphasis on computation, then get into tech? Yeah, every employer is going to think you want way too much money if you have a master's degree. But then they're going to look at your portfolio and see that you don't actually have a portfolio because you went to college and don't have any actual work experience, so none of that matters to the job, and they're not going to hire you.
Hey, Moonflash, do you have your thesis actually posted online? I actually would enjoy reading that. That seems like it'd be interesting read.
Brian, I'm saying that, like, I've seen the idea. It's probably proprietary to companies, but there's difficulty with that because you'd have to scrape a lot. And if an API changed, you'd have to fix your entire base. And APIs change all the time. You could try it out. I imagine you could get that done for like $100 on Upwork.
I look forward to the day where we have like smart homes that have like AR with our eyes. You know, you don't have to wear anything. It's just AR and you can see TVs on walls and stuff.
All right, adding Chris.
Uploading him into the Matrix right now. You might feel like you can just fake it till you make it, but never.
What's
never
up, Chris? Hey, who's that?
What's up, dude?
Hey, it's Chris.
Did you upgrade the cam? It looks crisp.
Nah, that's the cam I used to use.
Oh, it just makes because it's light.
It looks crisp.
What is that in the background?
Persona 5, man. And some things on the floor.
That's such a good game.
Yes, man. I'm playing. I'm on my new game plus, man. It's dope.
I'm so excited. I was just telling Josh before we started streaming that I'm so down and ready for Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
Is it common for companies to pay for travel expenses when going abroad? Yes. If they don't, that doesn't sound like much of a job. If they can't afford to fly you out for an interview, they're probably not that serious about it. And then, I don't know, that just seems sketchy. Do stacks have their own advantages, or is LAMP just grandfathered in? LAMP is like the PHP version of Ruby on Rails. So if you want an MVC and you're doing PHP, just hit up LAMP. There's also
so how does this work exactly? Like, do I watch the video on YouTube and answer the questions?
However you want to do it.
Like, there's sort of like a lag there because I'm watching it on Discord. Let me switch it up.
One of the things I do, Chris, is I just have the pop-out chat on a separate window.
Okay,
and
cool.
Just turn the video off so I can see the chat.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yep, there we go. That's what I'm doing now. Cool beans.
And that sucks, Moonflash. I would have loved to read it, but I understand. Internal secret knowledge and all. And a moth's favorite stack is lamp.
Lamp. Even if we stuck to APIs, LinkedIn. So how y'all day going, man? I need to check up on all the grid participants. I need to shoot that message out, see what's going on.
Oh, maybe we should explain what that is. For people here that don't know what's going on, we have like a community project. Chris here, he handles that. It's called a Grip project. He's paying out, was it 200 now, right, for the winter?
Yeah, man, that might go up too, man.
Anyway, so if you're interested in the community stream, hit up Chris. He's in the Discord. Chris Not Nice. You've seen his other videos of us.
Yeah.
And then Patrick. Everybody knows Patrick. Well, you should. If you guys don't know these two people, these are great humans.
Yeah. So, if I may, man, give me like 45 seconds to rant really quick about the Grip project.
There you go.
All right, cool. Time. You don't have to make a movie rating app. A lot of people are making movie rating apps. some of them, because I've seen all the projects except with the exception of a couple, they're starting to look very similar. They're starting to function very similar, and it's going to make it tough for those guys to win in comparison to the guys who's making API rating apps. So like you can rate public APIs or even some private APIs to see which works better for different developers, things like that. I thought that was dope. What else? There's a dude who's I think he's still making a porn star rating app, so you can rate like the popular porn stars and stuff like that. Like, I mean, people are getting creative with it, man. But specifically with the movie rating apps, some of them are starting to function and look very similar. So I don't know, man. I can't speak for the community, but if it was me and I'm scrolling down and I'm clicking on all the links on the poll to vote for one, if a couple of them are pretty much the same thing, I'm probably not going to vote for those. So
I already know that porn star one's gonna win.
It could, man.
All right, I'm not
safe for work.
How do I review that on my channel? How do I put that on my, like, without?
You're gonna have to up your video editing skills, man, and blur a lot of pictures out.
This is how we get
demonetized.
This is how we get demonetized.
I appreciate the sub, FIX protocol, fixed protocol. Dang, I'm dumb. Fixed protocol. That's a dope name. Are hackathons beneficial? Yeah. What type of? Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're actually all right. So speaking of hackathons being beneficial, I don't know if this idea has been brought to you yet, Josh. I know Patrick has heard of it, ramblings of it, but Mike in the Discord channel. He presented the idea that immediately after we do the GRIP project, before rolling into the next one, we do an overnight hackathon. And so all of us get into groups of like 5, 6, 7, whatever, and we just code overnight and try to build a working app, whatever we decide the app to be. So yeah, I think that'll be dope. And so I'm trying to plan for that, because originally I wanted to roll right into the next GRIP project, because the reward is more than likely going to be way more money. But it's cool though, man. It's cool, man. I got a lot of ideas for these GRIP projects, man, to get some people exposure with how selling to an actual business works. So it'll be dope.
December is like hackathon month.
It is.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, hackathons are beneficial though. Hey, Molly.
Especially for like networking too. Like if you go to like a group meetup hackathon, that's like the best way to meet people.
Yeah. I've never been to one of those, but yeah, my boy Carl used to talk to me about those all the time. So yeah, I agree. I took his word for it. I need to start playing Persona 5, man. That's my game of like the year again this year. Red Dead Redemption 2, man. I just can't do it. I can't do it. You guys been playing anything?
No.
I can only play Red Dead 2 for like 30 minutes.
Yes. Exactly. Exactly, man. Life is different, man. So like if I had the same type of time I used to have when I was a child, it would be the greatest game of all time to me, probably. But I don't got that kind of time, man. Nah.
There. Now I got up my background game.
There's a lot of intertalk between all three of us, but how's everyone else doing? How you guys doing in the chat?
Yeah.
Thanks, W3 develops.
How can I participate in those hackathons? All right, Ricardo. So to participate in any hackathons we do, you'd have to join the Discord channel in the description, and I believe it'll be in this video. And if it's not in this video, every other video Josh has made. So
you can click that link and join right on up.
Oh, cool, man. Yeah, you join the Discord. You can participate in everything. We're gonna have a lot of things rolling out, especially next year. So
SAS important? Absolutely. Learn SAS, learn Let's, learn CSS. You need to know a preprocessor of some sort. Nobody really uses generic CSS anymore. Sometimes.
Truthy. Down with the Halo. Yeah, man.
And not just that, but like once you use a preprocessor, you can't even imagine going back to just straight vanilla CSS. So it's a grind, Andres.
What project are you working on, Andreas?
Michael, just hop in and message Chris and tell you what to do.
Yeah, just message me. Several people have been doing it, man. People that are not a part of the Discord, they've stumbled across my grip videos on YouTube, and they joined the Discord, and then they messaged me directly saying that they want to participate in the grip project, even though, well, we're like 11 days into November. I mean, it ends December 1st, but hey, man, if you can get it done, you can get it done.
See you, Zach. Thanks for hanging out, man.
Mobile app. Hello, devs. Matthews, what's up, man? Will you be heavily judged building your portfolio with WordPress to showcase React HTML? No one cares what you build your portfolio with. I wouldn't care as long as the project's in it. I can get to relatively easy. Don't make me click a lot to get to your stuff.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah.
I follow this rule, and I think I've told you this before, Chris, that if everything's not within 3 clicks, then it's too hard to get to.
Yeah, you've told me that over a dozen times. Yeah, that's your Nindo, man, your ninja way. For sure. But you're absolutely right, though. So can you start coding right away? Yeah. Basam, yes. A mobile app for the Costa Rican government, and Microsoft is involved. Wow, man, I don't think we need more details than that, man. I don't want to get hunted down for knowing things I shouldn't know. I don't want that to happen.
Here come the lawsuits.
Right.
They use Ruby to compile it, I'm pretty sure, right? That's what Sass does?
You can compile Sass without Ruby. It just makes a .map CSS file, and then you link to that file. So you have Sass. Sass makes a CSS.map file. That map file makes another CSS file, and that's the file you have to link. So it's like 3 files. You have a middleman that compiles the Sass, and then you have the actual output CSS. Udemy a good website? I don't know.
Yes.
UI UX could use some work, but
I think Udemy is great.
I have like 10 courses on Udemy I still have to finish.
Yeah, I've given like this. I have this Udemy, these Udemy credentials. You log in, and it has a series of courses I just bought randomly for people that I've met over the years that needed it. And occasionally I just hand it out to people like, yo, if you want to learn blah, 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 use these credentials, log in. But I changed the password after like a week. So if you don't take advantage of that, then it's on you.
It looks like a really warm jacket.
Hey man, it is not as warm as it looks at all. Not at all.
Are those headphones comfy?
Yeah. They're not the, I mean, they're not yours. Those look pillow status.
He has better ones. Patrick has the best. He dropped the most cash for those.
Yeah? What are those?
They're the Sennheiser Game 1s.
Nice. Those look like no matter how hard you rage, they'll never fall off your head. I like those.
And they feel like a pillow on your face.
Yeah, it's sick. About to start the Nashville software school, guys. 6-month course. Oh, that's dope, man. The logical libertarian. That should be fun. You should join the Discord channel and give us updates on that.
Tell me if it's worth it. Tell me if it reminds
only
you of
if it's worth
Trilogy.
it. Yeah. We got a bunch of people from Nashville in the Discord, so it'll be cool. Maybe they don't know about it, and you can be the individual that sort of gets them in there, depending on your experience. How old are you guys? I'm 25.
I'm 25. Well, I'm 25 in 8 days. My birthday's coming up.
Nice, man. How old will you be turning? No, I'm joking. I'm sorry. I just hate dumb. Not dumb, but like silly questions, man. Like, not from A. Molly, but like when someone says something obvious and they just ask a question. I don't know.
What are your current projects?
I know the feeling.
Yeah.
Let's see. Lost. You'd have to type. Okay, Brian.
So
well, yeah, I could feel my back giving out on.
Nah, I'm super young, dude.
Well, all submissions.
25 is a baby still.
Yeah. I don't know. When I turned 27, I was like, I'm as old as my dad was when I was born. This is weird.
Bang.
It's just weird. To think about.
No, I'm not a game dev. No, I don't want to be a game dev. I did when I was younger, and then I found out how poorly treated developers are in the game industry.
The only way to do game dev is do it yourself, which is, I don't know, you either have an indie team or you do it yourself. But if you work for one of the most popular, like if you want to develop a game that you played growing up, then you're going to be waiting in line with all the other people.
Hi, Chris's son.
Yeah.
What's up, little man?
Oh, he rolled back real quick.
Yeah, man.
He must have heard me.
I was a game dev for all of like 7 months, man. And I stopped because of what both of you guys said. Plus, on Udemy right now, there are 2 game dev courses for Unity, the Unity engine. Both of those guys beef with each other. So like if you watch one course and then you watch the other course, they're throwing shots at each other over and over nonstop. I mean, that kind of beef I didn't know existed on Udemy, but it does. But no, that's kind of sick.
You're talking about Ben Tristram and DevSlopes?
I think so. I'll have to get those guys' names and like post them in the Discord community, because that blew my mind, man. Like,
one of the best gaming Udemy courses I've ever taken is that C++ Unreal one.
Yeah.
So good.
that one is dope. My brother took that one. He liked that a lot. That actually got him to go to college to learn C++. Yeah.
Or C now. So good. And it's probably one of the better ways to learn programming language when it's something that you're interested in.
Yeah.
Udemy legit? I think so.
Yes.
I would never pay for Udemy courses unless they're $10. That's the one.
Exactly. Yeah. And with Udemy, man, like there have been whispers and rumors that some people take YouTube content and re-upload it on to Udemy. That's where the Udemy hate comes. And overall how people get paid, like their payouts and things like that. That's where the hate comes, but I've never heard any hate with the actual courses, except for in the reviews for the actual courses. So if you're really skeptical, just log into Udemy, go to a course that you want to participate in, and look at the reviews. Look at the bad reviews. You know,
How do you feel
there'll
about
be bad reviews wherever you go for anything. So
Cold Steel?
Cold Steel's courses are like the best courses. Some of them. His web dev bootcamp is probably top notch.
Don't use his projects for your portfolio unless it looks significantly different. Look, there's like 300,000 people enrolled in that course. 300,000 to-do apps at least. Like,
yeah.
don't try and pass that.
I mean, I would never kind of showcase a to-do app anyway, but still.
Got an interview from a YouTuber from eBay? What does that mean? Looks so much like Patrick. What is that? I don't understand. ASP or PHP? Which will get more
Wait,
jobs?
am I on the left?
You're on the very left, yeah.
Oh, oops. I'm not putting up YouTube ads on eBay, so.
You want to be a programmer since 6th grade? Working in a startup doesn't value me for my work. Well, time to get a new job. I think Cold Steel is severely like, I don't know what's going on. I think Cold Steel is like almost undercuts himself.
Hey Molly, so to your question, your serious question, your very serious life or death question. I feel it in my heart and my soul, man. My prayers go out to you. If you're really looking for friends and people that have interest in code like you, man, look, man, I struggle with that very same thing. I went to AA meetings, I really had a hard time coping with the fact that it was me learning how to code, and I felt, alone in the cold valleys of Cincinnati, Ohio, and I stumbled across a YouTube guy named Josh Fluke, and he took me into his arms gracefully, man, and he's like, dude, you can do whatever you want. If you believe it, you can achieve it. And he shot me the link to his Discord channel. I've never been the same ever since, man. Word is bond, man. That's my honor. So
I can't tell if that's...
join the Discord community, man.
It's so much easier to learn something when you have a support group who are like-minded people. If you're like me or Chris, where you have people around you who just are not with the same mindset, it can be hard.
It doesn't exist. We don't go outside. We're devs, but we still need human interaction. Like,
Exactly.
we just don't actually want to go find it.
The biggest tip I can give you, Armand, if you're learning React, is understanding how component breaks down. Like, if you were given a UI, if you can understand how to break that down into component level, React components, then that's the biggest piece of advice I can give.
What's the most amount of hours? I don't know. I don't pride myself on most amount of hours. I don't think hours in a seat equals productivity. That's just me.
I know for Lambda, the most I've coded in one day is about 16 hours.
Man, what? Jesus Christ. I had the most I programmed in one day was actually recently, like straight programming without stopping was definitely a little bit like 27 hours or so, I think. Yeah, 27 hours, man. It was like right before I got the job I got now. It was a couple days before. Yeah, 27. That was just crazy. But I had planned for it though. Like it wasn't haphazard. Yeah, it wasn't spur of the moment at all. I planned for that.
You guys also have to remember that doing one sitting of coding, the amount of productivity starts to fall off the longer
Exactly.
you go.
Yep.
You need to take those breaks and get your mind on something else.
I started breaking stuff at like the 10th hour. Like everything was broken. Everything was broken. Yeah, man, it's terrible.
And then you just start to get frustrated, and then that's when your code starts to suffer even more.
I love you too, Zuby. Matter of fact, Dax, what's the most amount of hours you programmed in a day, Dax?
Ramon. That's exactly what you guys did for those to-do apps. Literally 3 of them were cold steals, but I didn't know. Everyone's like, this is cold steal, that's cold steal, this is cold steal. Maybe let's not do that.
I look like this guy named Hack Shack. He's like a dev celeb in YouTube, but he's on eBay. I have to look this up.
Armand, are you at work? Biggest application you are able to build? I don't know. What?
I mean, with enough time, we could build anything, really.
Do we have high
Yes,
forks?
Zuby. Type Chris Not Nice in the YouTube search bar, man, and my face should pop up, dude.
Go subscribe to Chris. Go subscribe to Patrick. But Patrick needs more videos.
I think my fiance is about to try to crawl in here and get some items, so I might laugh my ass off to see her crawl like that. But
Did she send you a text and say, I need some things?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened,
How
man.
did that feel?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
first
crazy.
of all, the only thing that me and Hack Shack have in common is that we're both white, so I look nothing like this dude. I'm George Hoth. Okay, that's another, because we're both white, we look the same comment.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I don't see it.
You didn't get
I
selected
don't
for
know.
JavaScript. You weren't able to answer puzzle questions. Why do they ask questions like that? Well, it doesn't matter. This is why they ask those. They ask those because they want to hear your thinking process, thought process, not necessarily the endpoint. Like if you don't get the endpoint, whatever. If you get to if you can just explain what you're doing to try and get there.
Yes, that's Chris. The one with the current Halloween mask up against his face.
I should add some text.
But yeah, the reason that people like ask those technical questions, even if you never use them on the job, is because they want to see how you walk through a problem and how you think. Because you have to think about it from their perspective. If they hire you, you're working on their team. Do they want someone who, like you, to work with them 8 to 16 hours a day on a project? They want to know that you have the same exact kind of mindset and that you can step through a problem and don't need to ask every 5 minutes for help. You'd be like, hey, you look like that dude from the Scream movie. Which one? The evil guy. Is it because we're both white?
Oh. evil guy. That's crazy, man.
There we go.
Aaron, I don't know. I'm not probably the best at this, but I think if you have 5 solid big projects on a resume, it probably is the minimum. But I don't have a job, so maybe Chris or Josh
Not
be
yet.
better
I think
answering that.
3's okay. I don't think they're gonna make it through 5 projects. I don't think they got 60 resumes on the desk. They're probably gonna click through. So you better hope what you got up front is the best.
Yeah, man. If you got one crazy sick project though, you probably could win the guy over. Like, and just don't mention the project until like after the first couple technical questions. It's like, you know what? I think it would help you better if you just knew what I'm capable of. If I could show you and we can walk through some things, and that'll, whoosh, he'll be down for it.
But obviously Josh, because he's the one with 35K subscribers.
Yeah, but like you can't walk into a club and or a bar and like walk up to a girl or a guy and say, "You're coming home with me," or "Will you come home with me?" You gotta butter your way up. And so, have that conversation, share in dialogue, and then say, "Hey, would you like to, if you didn't previously send your portfolio link when you apply for the job, you can say, "Hey, I got some projects, man, you could look at, and we can go from there. I could walk you through just to show you what I'm capable of." Boom, mic drop.
To answer your question, Dave, I'm not exactly sure what companies are hiring partners with Lambda. But I mean, I know there's a part on their website you can check, but they have like over 300 of them. I would say you have just as much of an advantage in terms of networking on the East Coast as you do the West Coast. Actually, most people who get hired at Lambda are on the East Coast. So there's very rarely people West Coast getting hired over here.
Can I talk about Lambda for like 45 seconds? And Patrick, do I have your permission to shit on you for like 30 seconds?
You have every opportunity to do that.
Okay, cool. So this is why I respect Lambda a lot. When I first started talking to Patrick and we were working on the project together, Patrick knew at least 10% of what he knows now. And that was in the span of like that 10% and him learning to be a full stack developer feels like overnight because of how quick it was. And I mean, talking to Patrick about different things, it's like, yo, do you know what this is? No. How don't you know what this is? And it's like, all right, cool, he just started being a developer. Cool. Do you know what that is? No. But Patrick had the initiative, the will, and the desire to improvise and like, oh, I don't know what that is, but I know what this is. So is it similar? Yeah, okay, cool. I think if you have the kind of spirit and will to self-teach yourself anything, Lambda amplifies that by like 1 billion times, especially with their projects, because the Patrick then and the Patrick now within the span of how long was that anyway, Pat? Like a month and a half maybe, is worlds different. Like now Pat can go by himself and recreate the entire project that him and I worked on together without any assistance from me, when not even a month ago he couldn't do that. You know what I mean? So whether you walk into a job and say, I went to Lambda school, do you know what that is or not? I don't think that's the point. I think the point is what you get out of Lambda school. And I know from seeing it myself firsthand, what people get out of Lambda school, I mean, they're full stack developers, like for real, not for play. So yeah, Lambda school is where it's at, man.
I still remember that, Chris. You were asking me about like what I know about backend development. I was like, I think this, and you're just like, no. And now I go back and just redo that whole thing by myself.
Yeah, easy, man. Like you leveled up crazy. I wish I say this all the time to everybody in the Discord chat. I wish I went to Lambda school. I don't care how much I know. Like I wish I would have doubled back and went to Lambda school. Like when I first started out,
dude. But like,
yes.
The only thing that makes me feel like I did okay is that the CTO at Lambda was my bootcamp teacher, and so I'm like, oh, it makes sense why it's so hard for everyone else at Lambda school.
Ben.
That dude's next level.
He's a cool guy.
He exists in another dimension of code.
He transcends code to a 4th dimension.
I remember he told me he was telling me what he did at one of his jobs at like iFit or something, and he was just like, yeah, we had to do this really cool thing of like, and I was just like, after he's like, at this really cool thing, and he started explaining it, it's just like that meme where that guy's like, the laser just
eyes
like
exploding.
Yeah. He's just
Oscar. I eat a lot of ramen noodles all day, every day.
Ramen noodles.
Ramen noodles. Sorry, I'm from a different part of town. Ramen noodles. You're right. if I'm not eating ramen noodles, I'm learning how to cook, and so I make a pretty decent spaghetti. So like I'll eat that, but I can't cook anything else. So if I try to eat anything else, you might not see me on video anymore, man. I might be dead. So
I think launch code is really expensive for you asking about launch code. It's expensive for no guarantee. That's my opinion.
Did I have the code dream after 2 weeks in the camp? I'm not sure what that means.
Did you have the code dream after?
Zazen asked, did we have like what were your schedules?
I'm not sure if he's asking if I'm dreaming about code yet, or if he's asking if I've achieved my dream of coding.
Yeah, I didn't know how to interpret. I thought he was asking like, did you basically start to like coding, or did you started to have a dream that you want to be a developer after the first 2 weeks? I'm like, nah,
I
you had
hated
that.
code, but 2 weeks in, man, whoo, that changed. That one. No, Kyle. Yeah. So when we hit the React portion of it, I was legit starting to dream about like solutions to my code.
How do you keep yourself focused whilst coding? I actually had that question. Yeah, Persona 5 is dope, Fard. I actually had that question about focus and coding the other day from someone in a Discord channel. Actually, it was more so about life. Like, how do you stay focused and motivated in life? Like I told him, man, focus is a decision. Like, you won't be inherently focused on something, especially if it's something that you're new to or something that you don't really care about because you're new to. You have to decide, man. You have to say to yourself, I'm going to be focused. I'm going to stay on task. You have to say that out of your mouth. You know, that's not something that's just going to happen magically for you. You know, nothing happens magically for you. The only two things I think that happens magically for you is love and taxes. You know what I mean? Like
death and taxes.
Death and taxes. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like love can happen. Maybe lust. I don't know, man. I don't want to go too deep in that because my rants, man, they start to not make any sense after the first couple paragraphs. But it's a decision, man. You have to decide to be focused.
And the other thing is that motivation typically doesn't happen until you're halfway into it, right? So
yeah.
I don't know. Action precedes emotion. So you have to start doing something before you feel like doing it. It's so backwards. And because of that, most people, if you don't already know that and keep that in mind, most of the time you just stop before you get started.
When Josh closes his eyes like this, and then he's still talking, he's dropping gems. So like, watch for that in any video. If he closes his eyes and he's in his mind bank, he's gonna change your life with the next few things he's gonna tell you. And he just did it. So, you know, he's Tony Robbins, man. Tony Robbins.
I'm not. I just read a lot, and I try to apply it because I don't want to be that guy that just gets stuck in reading. Oh yeah, I read about. What did you do? Anything? No, I just read it though. Oh, okay.
And I'm not a player, but I crush a lot, so I get exactly where you're coming from.
Right. What percentage of portfolios do you think are plagiarized? I don't know. I'm sure at some point most code is plagiarized to some extent. If you know what Stack Overflow is, there's a lot of copy and paste. Therefore, I imagine a lot of code is copied and pasted and then modified to fit what they need.
How often? Go ahead, Pat.
Someone was asking me today. They actually PM'd me and they were asking like if it's bad to copy and paste Stack Overflow if I don't understand it. And I said, you should only be copying and pasting answers from Stack Overflow if you actually understand why it works. If not, then you need to go over it and actually understand. Otherwise, that's not much of an issue.
That's the thing, man. Josh, when he closes his eyes, I'm telling you, and he's talking to you, yo, he's seeing into your soul, man. His third eye opens. Like
it's the third eye of truth. It's because I have such a difficult time speaking that I have to really collect my thoughts and talk before I say something, or else it comes out just like a jumbled mess.
Josh, you know that yoga roller you have back there on your right side? That's actually your cane. When you click it on the ground and your eyes are closed, so you can see.
You can tell the size of a man by the size of his problems.
I'm just the guy. Quote generator.
I want hair like Patrick so bad.
Oh, no, you don't. Trust me.
There we go. I got my Patrick hair going on.
If I just gotta get some gel and have it like flipped up,
I saw your Facebook faux hawk. I saw it.
You saw that?
Oh yeah.
God.
Where'd it go?
Bassam, I got Persona 5 in the back, man.
I'm glad I deleted my old photo. I actually have a photo from high school where I have just legit shaved head, and then just down the middle is a mohawk, and I had aviator glasses on it, and people said I used to look like that dude from Avenged Sevenfold.
I could believe it. I can see it. Hey, what's up, PHP developer?
Pharmaceutical sales. It sounds like you about to make a lot of money.
Yeah,
I love Chris's hair. I kind of want it now. Look at that. That's some stylish hair.
You have to do the emo swoop. Man. Emo swoop. There you go.
Emo swoop.
Which does nothing,
and
then
really
it comes back.
You're just missing the line of red. The streak of red in your hair now.
Nah, I can't do it, man. See, I don't see how you guys, like, you got the hair on your forehead. Like, that feels so weird to me, man. I'll stick with my pubes, man. My pubes up top.
Why is job guarantee priority number 1 when looking at code schools? Because if it doesn't have a guarantee, that means that they have no motivation to invest in you. They can let their curriculum get out of date and it won't matter. If there's a guarantee, they can't let that happen because that means they have to keep up with the industry. If there's a guarantee, that means their livelihood is matched with your ability to get a job and have livelihood, which means they're investing in you.
I mean, why would you pay $20K for a job that teaches you outdated info?
The same reason why you would write a sentence with half Spanish and half English.
Yeah.
Like, Dave, that whole thing could have been English, Dave. Like, why would you make that tougher to read? Or Spanish? Come on, Dave. You gotta get your shit together, Dave.
A script, like a script for online? No, don't have a script. If you have a script, that's the weirdest shit ever. Just talk.
Oh man, having a script for Nah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Cause I used to do sales, like what is that called? What's that called? You guys know what it's called. When you sell like Avon or
multi-level marketing.
Yeah, multi-level. Yeah. I used to do that. So I didn't have a script for a long time. Yeah, come on, man. And so I didn't have a script and I was trash at it. And so I wrote a script for it, man, and I was pretty good at it. So I don't know. If that helps you, then shoot for the stars, man.
Later, Armand. Thanks for hanging.
See you later, Armand.
Does the outcome report mean anything? No, it doesn't really mean anything to me.
It depends who it comes from too, because some boot camps have gotten in trouble for inflating their stats by hiring their own students.
Well, they also get in trouble because they'll include an internship, unpaid or paid, as a placement, or they'll include part-time as a placement, or they'll include like IT, you're setting up desktops all day as a placement. So outcome reports are so...
Just make sure you're doing your research and you're watching out for stuff. Be an informed buyer.
Never turn your back on, I don't know.
What language they teach at Lambda for backend? So we learn Node.js with Express for the API, and then right now they're doing SQL. It used to be Mongo, but you can get both still. They'll give you the links for the Mongo if you want to learn it. And then you'll also learn Python Django.
We should have one of these where we pretend to be a panel interviewing someone like a junior dev.
I can tell you right now, Block, that ever since obtaining, like, going to Lambda, my laid ratio is through the roof.
Your what ratio?
My getting laid ratio. Look at it. Do code schools help me get laid? I get so much laying.
Yeah.
Only if there's a guarantee, though.
Only if there's a guarantee. You should only go to the code schools with a lay guarantee.
Will it be easier to learn React if you know Angular? No. You know what? I'll help you answer that question for yourself. Google React in one tab, Google Angular in another tab, and then go to their documentation, and you'll be able to answer that yourself. Like, they're totally different. React is a library, and it's pretty much plain JavaScript, like most of it. Angular is a lot of TypeScript. It's a lot of templating. It's different. It's different, man. It's not the same.
Look up Angular directive and React component.
Yeah, look up Angular. Yeah. that's how they get you though, man. Like those directives are like, yo, yeah, yo, you would normally write like 6 lines of code for this. Nah, just ng if. Like, yeah, man. Okay, okay. I like what you're doing over there.
But the problem with Angular, it's not a problem. React is all JSX, HTML, JavaScript, everything you need in one file. Angular, yeah, you have HTML files, and now you have JavaScript files, and now you have to put the tags in the HTML to connect the JavaScript. But you got two-way binding. You don't get that with React.
One thing I've learned, I was reading an article, and it's actually an interesting read, is that when you start working as a dev and you have people around you who don't know it, you should really never talk about it, because you'll have people coming out of the woodwork asking for money. It was an interesting read, and I thought about it, and I was like, that's kind of true. I would not want to let people know how much I make, because I already know there'll be people asking for handouts.
They treat you different too. They treat you totally different. Yeah.
They just treat me like the IT guy. Oh, he knows how to code, so he can obviously fix my phone.
And my printer.
Revor, the answer to that question is no. No. It won't help in that area.
That's all you, buddy.
Yeah, that's all on you, dude. CoffeeScript is clearly the best. You know what? I don't disagree.
You know what's actually the best is working on a dev environment in Windows 98. That's how you know you're a real developer.
Oscar, I have a video on YouTube where I detail why I believe Red Dead Redemption 2 is trash. So you can type in Chris Not Nice in the search bar and blah blah blah. Dave, I work at Nike headquarters. So Oscar, yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2 is cool for kids and you know, with like, I don't know, ADHD, but I'm not like big on like nah.
We don't hate Angular.
It's just how
we
it
just
sounds.
don't talk about it. It just
and that's
sounds
not
like
a shot at ADHD. That's not a shot. I have ADHD, but nah.
It's just that when you choose between Angular and React, they do two very different things for an application. So
Trying to get the
Zazen. Go ahead, Josh. My bad.
Oh no, I'm just trying to get the background to be something not static. Like yours is okay. Mine keeps turning off. I don't know, pub.
I have to get my TV fixed. They're replacing the panel.
Sick. Zazen. I think the schedules, I'm sure, for each of us were drastically different. But code. I don't even know how to answer your question. Like,
I think what he's really asking is how much time should he be devoting to code.
So I thought that's what he was asking. Yeah. I'm gonna take up Wolfie in our Discord channel. He answered this question a little bit ago. Code as much as you want to code, man. Like if and I'm sure Josh knows this too. Like if you can lead people to water, but like it's up to them to drink it. So like we can say, yeah, code every day. You're not gonna code every day. Like, the chances of you really coding every day are so slim, and then I'm gonna be disappointed in you. And it's like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. Code as much as you want to code, man.
You don't. I mean, you gotta want it. You gotta want it more than you want to party. You gotta want it more than you want to play the new game that just dropped. You gotta want it more than going to sleep, sleeping in. You gotta want it more. Like you have to see the outcome more than getting distracted by the things that you want to do.
For sure.
That's what I do. Maybe that's why I close my eyes all the time, because I see it before like I do anything.
You see the dream.
I have to, right? Like that's what they say. If you lose motivation, you're disconnecting from that vision, where you can't see it anymore. And it's like you lose sight of why you started if you can't see it anymore, and then you get demotivated. So every day I wake up, close my eyes, see where I want to be, what I want to do, the quality I want to produce, people I want to help, people I want to reach. Like it's all about creating value for other people. And as soon as you realize that, you know, the gift is to the person giving, it's so backwards. Right? A lot of people do stuff for money, but it's dumb, right? The more people you create value in, the more value you create yourself.
Right. Hey, in the chat, can you guys type the number 1 if you are an active coder and or programmer, and by that I mean you program at least once a day? I just want to gauge who programs often and who doesn't. Temple OS. Cool.
Traveling and programming. No practical. Temple OS. He's just trolling you. He's just trolling you. Yeah, I mean, you can do remote. And it's not really that practical for me. I have 2 dogs and a house and all that stuff. But
Vanveer, to answer your question, I have not coded in Vue yet, so I can't answer that question. I want to learn Vue,
what's
though.
up, Daniel? You program with punch cards? It's a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of people code like every day. Cool. I don't code every day. I think that's dope.
I don't code every
You're
day.
you're also getting people that are following a herd mentality, which is a psychological phenomena.
Yeah, but I don't mind. You know, maybe. I don't. What's that phrase, man? Fake it until you become it. I'm cool.
Fake
Cool
it
with
till you
that.
make it.
Yeah, but I saw a what is that? A TED talk where the lady was like, "Fake it until you become it." She said that a couple times. Oh man, somebody just sent their Sunday grit report by themselves that I'm even asking a question. That's sick. And there's a lot of text in here to read.
Patrick's
My goal
still
is
in
to have-
code school, Daniel.
Cool.
Do we use Python?
Gosh, speaking of Grit Project, I haven't been able to work on mine ever since I started lab.
I figured you weren't able to because you were doing a lot with those databases, man. So, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. Only thing is, I just need to work on the front end for it now. I'm basically done with the back end.
Nice.
I'm sure I'll get around to it. I just want to be able to take a break. All week I've been working so hard.
Hmm.
On vacation, I've coded since Thursday. I code a little bit every day. Usually I'm teaching code, looking at code. I might not be writing it, but I might be editing it. Like something from scratch. I'm probably not working on something new every day, but I look at it in some form.
Wasn't Laszlo the first one to hit 100 days
Mm-hmm.
code?
Trying to do a 100-day code challenge. Day 24, nice. It's
Good
gonna
job,
be a
man.
code test at the end of those who answered one. Probably not. What do you guys prefer front-end framework, Bootstrap, Material?
I like Bootstrap.
Use both. You can get something that's called Material Design Bootstrap, MDB. Use that.
Yeah.
That's what I use at work. Get that
Chris, my
responsiveness.
God, what are you doing? I see you doing so much weird stuff over
I
there.
I don't know, man. I'm trying to keep it spicy. Like, I only got these 2 guys. I had a slew of other, like, I had some stormtroopers and stuff, but I don't know where they are.
I can feel the ADHD from over here.
Yeah.
Week 2 of Lambda. Nice, dude.
Nice job, Rosilio. Is that how you
Uh-oh.
say it?
There's
I'm
another-
Sorry if I completely butchered that.
There's another part-time Lambda starting on the 24th, or is it 24th? 26th, I think. The Monday, the Cyber Monday, I think, is when it starts.
Yeah.
So all the part-time stuff starting then.
Yeah, have you guys seen those Black Friday TV deals? Oh my gosh. And don't hit me with the don't hit me with the I don't shop on Black Friday. That's cool. The TV deals though. Those TVs are like free, man. They have like a 65-inch TV for $250. That's crazy.
Yeah, but they really only have like 4 of those in stock. They're just trying to get people in line.
And I'm one of those. I'm sorry. Sad to say, I'm one of those guys that will be there.
There's
Will be there.
there's this technique in sales called the foot in the door technique. That
Yeah.
a lot of things do, where you get them to, you don't tell them the whole process, you just tell them half of it. And then once they hit half of it, you go, okay, well, here's the rest of it. And they're like, well, I've already done it this much, so I might as well finish it.
Okay, so that is a thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So
Yeah, I've never been in sales, so wow, that's good to know that I'm getting played.
that's essentially a lot of things, like what Black Friday sales are. It's a foot in the door technique.
Hey, in the chat, serious question. I want to know, like, so I'm learning how to cook too. Like, I figured if I can learn how to program, I can learn how to cook. They're the same thing. So, type number 1 if you really like macaroni and cheese, and type number 2 if you really like mashed potatoes.
What?
Like 1 for mac and cheese,
Neither of those have any
2
protein.
for mashed potatoes.
What?
I got the protein
Hey,
on lock though.
Ron.
Like I know how to make what is that? Pork chops. Roman,
That's like
nice.
half
404
fat.
message not found.
More than that. That's like 70%
Nice.
fat.
Thanks for the $6 donation, Ramon.
Yeah, that's
I think
super
that's
sick.
I think that's 6 push-ups there, Josh.
I think you guys can split the 3. Chris never done a push-up
Alright.
on stream.
Oh my gosh.
All right, cool.
Once Chris is done, I'll do it.
How many is it?
You got 3.
6, but 3 for you.
All right.
-1.
We could do 2-2-2.
No, there's. I think the 2 is for the mashed potatoes, right?
This is how we get fit, guys.
1.
This is how
2,
developers get fit.
3. Woo. All right, my turn.
Should you learn Angular and React to stick to one? Confused? Just learn them both, man, and then go between the 2.
Yo, sushi is so good, but like I don't know how to make rice, so yeah.
Sweet potato, chicken, broccoli. Yep.
For like a month straight, I ate sweet potatoes, grilled chicken, and broccoli for like a month straight.
We're gonna have a cooking stream. We should all do a cooking stream where we're all in our kitchens just cooking, talking dev.
That'd be dope.
I
That'd
make
be
the
dope.
best barbecue food. I love cooking so much.
Yeah, you gave me tips on barbecuing, man.
Buy a slow cooker, throw a bunch of stuff in it, leave it. It doesn't really matter what you put in it tastes fine.
That's kind of true. I make the best oxtail soup in a slow cooker.
That sounds
Nice.
good.
Hey, do you guys in the chat or girls in the chat know how to cook? You can just type like 7 if you know how to cook. It'd be cool to know. So like when you guys join the Discord chat, I can bug you about what you cook, things like that.
Chris is just like a food.
Chris sounds like he's hungry, to be honest.
I'm starving, man. I'm starving.
His
Alive
name on the
power.
Discord is going to become Chris Not Food.
Chris, how are you guys so freaking smart? I am not as smart as you think, but I'm smarter than you think.
That's pretty good.
I got lost in that. All right, cool. Oh, y'all be cooking. I figured Kyle cooks. Yeah.
There's a really good quote that I love, and I always say this when people are like, "How are you so smart?" And the quote is, "I think, therefore I am."
Mm.
I feel Chris is. Nah, I'm dead serious. I really am learning how to cook. I'm very serious. Very serious. I can only cook from recipes. Yeah, so I'm the same way. But even with cooking from recipes, man, that's like, I can't speak for all men, but like most men I know, like we don't like to read recipes.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Just as much as I love reading documentation.
Go watch Binging with Babish. His channel makes some delicious stuff from like movies.
Yeah, I gotta hop off though, guys. It's been fun.
All right.
Thanks, Chris.
I will.
Hey, one more
see
thing.
You guys another time.
I just want to run it by you. I ran this by Patrick already. What do you think if we did like a Secret Santa for the Discord?
That would be dope. That would be dope, but that would take a lot of planning. So
Yeah.
I'm down for it though.
Okay.
All right.
Later, Chris.
Let's see you guys.
Thanks for hanging.
Oh, now Patrick's man of the hour.
Bernard, to answer your question, the biggest advice I can give you for React, besides knowing your JavaScript and understanding that, even though you just went through it, is your first week you're going to go over breaking things down into components. Maybe just take a look at that ahead of time and start trying to do that yourself. Take pictures of UI and break them down using like paint, with just like red paintbrush and blue paintbrush for different things.
You can get a Chrome extension called Pesticide. That will do exactly what he's telling you. It will break everything out into divs, and you'll see every single node for what it is and their paddings margin. It's when you turn it on, it makes your page look like cancer, but most pages are.
It's a good way to visualize it, though.
Yeah. Hang out for a couple more minutes, then I'm gonna go to the gym. I
And
still
I
have to
need to
record a video.
And I need to get started on my day too. Gotta go do some adult things.
Thanks for hanging, guys.
Yeah, and all you lurkers out there who haven't said anything, we appreciate you watching.
Yeah, thanks
And
for
if you guys haven't done it already, please hit that like button.
Yeah, smash the thumbs. It does. Like, that's why so many people say it, is because it puts your video higher up into the algorithm, or it puts your other videos higher up. Start streaming Fortnite. Oof. PUBG.
And either way,
Yeah.
it gives me a smile just to see all the likes. So,
It's pure gold. Cold Steel is pretty good. Just expand beyond after you finish. A lot of people start with those skills, so what you do from there separates you, right?
To answer your question, Zazen, I knew eventually I wanted to get into coding, so I never really thought about other jobs. It's just like the road to get there was a long one for me. So, Daniel, like getting my car fixed, code adult things.
Is it easy to convert? You don't really convert. You have to rewrite. Just because of how information is passed. Adding crypto on a resume a good idea? In what way? Like, do you develop a blockchain? Do you have your own currency? Solidity might do you well for C++ jobs, but...
We appreciate that, Sparky. Thanks for hitting that like button 3 times.
How old are you? I'm 25 when I started.
Just say hi in the daily chat, Aymala. Or Aymali.
Yeah, just drop a hello. You can do an @ symbol to tag people.
I was this years old, 24, when I started. No, I haven't, Nathan. I figured I'm gonna end up paying anyway, so I might as well go through the whole thing.
He would be out. He's already gone so much. Like, he's already finished the boot camp, right? Once you finish that, you have to pay back the full 70% if you drop. So might as well finish the computer science portion, since that's just like almost for free. And the Lambda Labs.
Besides JavaScript, nothing. It's really a lot of the stuff is purely JavaScript. So my best suggestion is JavaScript.
Seems like you could get a job.
Get a job, you bum.
So the thing, hey Craig, what's up, man? How you doing? They're already interviewing. Well, they're telling you to apply to jobs, right? So.
I'm 24, I'm turning 25 in actually 8 days. My birthday's on the 19th.
C# relevant for web dev? Only for .NET, and even then, you're gonna have old school .NET, which is web forms, which is what most older or larger companies are using, and then you'll have a new version of whatever. Do you think you'll be bored of coding in the next years? Coding is a creative endeavor, so maybe if you're coding something you're not wanting to do, or if you're coding on something that's boring to you, probably, but it's up to your imagination of what you want to make. So I'd probably do something with game dev. I keep talking about it, right? When are you just gonna do it? Well, I will.
We've been talking about working on something together too. Oh, should I not have said that, Josh? I feel like I shouldn't have let that out.
It's all good. We're, like, maybe think about open sourcing a little bit of a game. So for C++ people out there, I still have to run through that on a real course that you're talking about, the C++ one. I haven't done it yet. I did the bull cow game at the beginning with the C out and like, yeah, okay, functions, whatever, passing data with the header files. Like, that was new to me, but like, yeah. Do I play games? Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I was gonna say to Enrique, I haven't gotten any offers because I'm not actively applying.
Did you learn jQuery? Yes. You're gonna see it. There's usually something legacy at some company that you're working at, and they're gonna want you to know jQuery, or it's gonna be written in jQuery, and they're gonna give that little menial task to you to fix something. Let's pitch in and get Patrick a nice leather man bag. Perfect. We'll also get him some Timberlands, a flannel. He'll need to grow out his beard a little more.
I'll need a red flannel.
And then we're gonna have to get him a giant sticker to go on his MacBook that says "I homebrew." And what else? What's the name of the extension?
There's no place like 127.0.0.1 sticker.
Yeah. Most companies are looking for. You can't say most. Just the ones you found. Seems more accurate. You have to create jobs in dev, right? You have to create the job for yourself. The job that I had, my very first job, didn't exist. I had to convince them to make it. And I sold them on it. I was like, look, if you hire these, if you make this position part-time and let me work there, it'll make your company look good. Like, you're hiring young tech, talent, like all this stuff. He didn't have that job available. I asked him to create it for me. He said, okay.
What was that extension again, Josh? The one you were talking about for the web pages?
It's called Pesticide.
There you go, Robert. Roman. It depends, Elgin. It depends on your area. What I would do is I would just go look at jobs in your area, see what they require mostly, and then learn that specific back-end middleware stack.
What else? Do I think .NET is a bad way to go? I think you're wasting your time. I would never make anything from scratch with .NET. Like, nothing in my mind would be like, you know what, that'd be a great case for .NET. Like, no, never. No prior industry programming experience, and I have an interview for an entry level coming up for small data. Yeah, it's gonna be outdated. I worked C# and it was outdated. We had jQuery and vanilla JavaScript. We had they kept asking me, they're like, all right, if you were to rewrite the application, what would you do it in? I was like, probably React and PHP.
Angel List, Daxman. Everything we're learning anyways in 5 years will be probably outdated. I mean, just learn it. Do it.
Yeah, that's why they're like, what's your favorite stack? I don't care. Whatever gets what it, whatever works. Finally got a live stream. Nice, man. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you. Hope you're doing all right. I think we're good. We've been here for an hour and a half. It's been a long stream. Thanks for celebrating 35K with us. And, yeah, if you guys want to talk more, we'll be in the Discord. We're always there.
I hope you guys are all having a good Sunday.
Yeah. Appreciate you, lurkers. Appreciate your time. Hit the thumbs up. I'd appreciate that. It helps the videos do better. I'm going to go work out. Pat, you have to go do adult stuff, so we're out. It's so funny, the PUBG game just ended right when I said that.